Hello there, pumpkin friends. It's Chad from Colorado Giants. Today is Tuesday, August 27th. The end is within sight. Pumpkin patch is doing pretty okay. Let's do a quick update and I'll tell you how things are doing in depth-ish. Stay tuned. The family and I are fixing to go on vacation for pretty much a whole week. We're leaving on Wednesday. Tomorrow? Leaving on Wednesday. We'll be gone Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, come back Tuesday. So we'll be gone almost a whole week. Thankfully, I have a expert pumpkin babysitter coming by. My good buddy Calvin Woolert is going to come over and man the helm while I'm gone. Hopefully everything stays growing. I filmed a video yesterday where I did talk about kind of where you want to be and things that you need to be paying attention to and things that you should be doing this time of the year. So I went through and I did all of those things. Watch that video if you want some long form content. But it's looking really good. You know, I cleaned up all the plants. I cleaned up all the weeds. And everything, knock on wood, is looking really good. Appleberry's looking awesome, still growing, pretty decent gains on appleberry. The thing I'm probably most excited about was that I pulled back, I don't know, 3/4 of the weeds on this plant. I trimmed my walkway back into existence, and I'll be darned, there's a pumpkin in here. Not only is it a pumpkin, but it's a pretty decently sized pumpkin. This pumpkin's taping at about 750 pounds. I'm not sure if it's growing or not because I just uncovered it yesterday and I have no time reference to measure it, but just goes to show you that amongst all of these weeds, there's literally vines growing over it. I gave this plant no care whatsoever and it still popped off 4 pumpkins. There's a rotten pumpkin right next to it. There's another rotten pumpkin over there. I'm just going to leave them. And then there's another, this one's probably 350 pounds or so. Unfortunately, there's a hole in it. So hopefully by the time I get back from our trip up to the cabin in Granby, that it's not going to be a pile of goo. But, you know, nothing really I can do about it. But I am annoyed that I let this go. Getting your GPC coat is done by growing milestone weights per patch. It starts at 4,300. I have 4,800 pound patch, but you want to collect more, right? So if I get to 4,300, 4,500, etc., that helps you get your patch. With these 2 pumpkins being very sizable, you know, it's close that I could get my patch for sure. But having this one be like 1,000 or 1,200 pounds or any meaningful amount of weight would go a long way towards getting the biggest patch possible. 750 pounds is no tiny pumpkin, but with literally 0 effort, or if I had just trimmed off some of the other pumpkins, maybe this would have been, who knows what it would have been. That is my fault for doing that real rookie bonehead move, if I do say so myself. Whoops. But this one's got a real ugly shape. That one's got black mold, yucky spots on it. And yeah, but I did, you know, like I said, I cleaned up, again, probably 3/4 of the weeds in here. At some point, I'm just going to tromp through the plant and pull out that big, tall grass. I don't know what it is, just to remove the seed heads. That's really what I'm going for, is trying to reduce my weed population. But next year will be weed fabric for sure. Coming over to Appleberry's plant. Appleberry's plant's looking awesome. That stump is massive. It's thicker than a soda can all the way down, and knock on wood, it looks pretty good. I don't see any issues, and I didn't see any issues when I was walking through it yesterday. I removed the watermelon plant because that was just a cesspool of disease right here, so I took that out. I measured Cowboy today, Cowboy still trucking along. Could be doing better, but you know, I'm not unhappy with where it's at. It's looking really good, and yeah, it's looking really good. Forget if I said I'm going to take all those weeds out. Kind of doing this update just for me too, so I have a baseline from what it is now versus when I leave. Trimmed off some of these plants. Stump's really looking good. This stump and main vine is relatively small, especially compared to Appleberry over there. It is maybe the diameter of, I don't know if we're quite at a can, like your average can diameter, but it's not too shabby. So that is your quick update for the week. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to have a good time. Again, I'm super thankful for Calvin for coming over and taking over. I've got kind of his fertilizers, his instructions all set aside there. And yeah, greenhouse is looking really clean, relatively weed-free, if you ignore that back there. All in all, I'm in a good spot to kind of cruise home to the finish line, and now begins the time of the year where you try to figure out where you want to go. So, hopefully everybody's got a good grow going this year. If you have any questions, comment below. I'll get to them eventually. Get out there and grow yourself a giant pumpkin, or shoot, even 3 giant pumpkins. There we go. Oh, got it. We'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. See ya.